Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Are you guys having a good time here at PAX so far? Excellent. Well, glad to hear it. My name is Yi Chow. I am a community manager with Wizards of the Coast and an improviser with Jet City Improv. And we're about to do an improvised comedy show for you guys. Real quick, by round of applause, who here has seen an improvised comedy show before? All right. That's a pretty good number of you. For those of you guys who are not familiar, what this means is we're going to be making this up for you guys on the spot today. That's right. Everything you're about to see and hear is neither scripted nor rehearsed, and it's all going to be made up, and it's going to take your suggestions to happen, as well as these magic cards in this deck. So what we're going to have happen is we're going to come to you guys for suggestions, and occasionally we'll draw cards from this deck provided by other fellow wizards to create instant comedy on the spot. So to get you guys warmed up a little bit, I'd love to hear what kind of suggestions you might have out there for us. For example, if I were to say, what is your favorite color, people of this side of the room, you might shout out. I heard blue. So we will take blue as a suggestion. If we came to this side of the room and we said, what is your favorite animal, you might shout out. I heard duck first, so that would be correct. And if I were to say, who is your favorite planeswalker, you would all agree and say. Someone said Zeus, which is not a planeswalker, but you know, close. That's the idea. You guys, it's not just going to be me here on stage. My name is Yi Chow, but I also have an amazing cast of improvisers for you. So I'm going to be introducing them here. First off, we have the amazing game designer and the guy who created Zedru. So if you hate him in Commander, it's this guy's fault. Ryan Miller!
You're welcome.
Also joining us is community manager of Wizards of the Coast, Allison Lurs.
I can see all of you.
She's never heard of magic until 5 minutes before just now. Her name is Katie Nutman.
Yeah, Katie!
And finally, we have the previous rules manager, current senior editor of Wizards of the Coast, Matthew Tabak.
Tabak!
Now, you guys, we as a team are going to be providing comedy for you, but we need your suggestions to do that. And as a thank you for your suggestions, we'll be giving out all kinds of prizes in our lovely prize bag. Ooh. So I will be throwing things at you guys. So if you're sitting in the back and you want to win a prize, come sit closer. I'm a theater person, not a sports person. So warning, you've been warned now. So to get us started, we're going to play a little game called Story, Story, Die. We all know magic really treasures and values our stories, so we're going to make up a magical story for you right now. However, I need an inspiration for you guys. What is a made-up plane that we haven't visited that you would want to visit, like a different magical land? What was this? Oh, an Atlantis. This is a story inspired by an underwater world of Atlantis. The way this game is going to work is I'm going to point at the improviser, and they have to instantly start telling a story. However, the moment I pull my hand away, they have to instantly stop. And when I point at a new improviser, they have to instantly assume telling the same story. If I pull away, they have to stop mid-word, mid-syllable, mid-diphthong. Oh, yeah. That's right. I never thought you'd have to hear that word again outside of school.
That's grammar.
All right, so to get us started with Atlantis, and as a thank you for our first suggestion, you get a magic T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Here we go with Atlantis.
Gary was the saddest merman in all of Atlantis. No one would talk to him. No one would play Trident games with him. No one would even eat dinner with him.
He knew that he could always go on shore and try and find some sailors to befriend. But sailors were dangerous people.
Sailors hunted mermen. He knew if he got too close, he could be killed. But
one day, Gary was walking along the beach, careful to look out for soldiers.
His prosthetic legs carried him far.
He had made them out of abalone. Then he came across a lonely sailor. Someone like him who had
never had a friend before. He struck up a conversation and soon found that this sailor
was really friendly. She was
like an okay person to be around.
So he took her home to meet his parents, and she drowned.
And that's the story of Atlantis. All right. We visited a cool new place. What's a made-up planeswalker, a cool ability for a planeswalker that you would like to see maybe in the future that we don't have right now? Yes? A goblin that can die multiple times. That actually exists in Magic. A goblin that can die multiple times. But we'll take it. We'll take it. And as a prize, you get a gremlin.
Yay.
Thank you, sir, for your suggestion. So this is a story about a goblin not named Squee who can die multiple times. Let's see what happens with this goblin story.
He rose from his dirt mound knowing that today was the day he would succeed.
In crossing the street, he had
Tried several times only to be struck down by several types of chariots.
Those vehicles were so fast. How was he to weave in?
and out of the traffic.
Gareth knew it was his day.
He stepped out in the street and was promptly
Honked at by like everybody because
He wouldn't walk very fast. He was very cautious.
And stood for a few moments standing on the white line.
He was only a 1-1 after all, and couldn't take much damage. Suddenly he saw his chance.
he took it. He ran as fast as he could.
And was promptly struck by a vehicle when he...
Got squished. Again. And again. And again.
All right.
There you
Nice.
go, guys.
Nice.
One final story for us, one final story. For this one, can I just get a suggestion of anything at all? Any word? Yes? A
Crab
crab
pyromancer.
Hell yeah.
pyromancer.
Hell yeah, crab pyromancer.
That is excellent.
That has to do with fire, right?
A gremlin for you as well. That almost made it.
Teamwork.
Good job.
Yay! All right, let's hear our final story about a crab pyromancer. Ready? Here we go.
Susan had heard the jokes all her life. Boiled crab was delicious.
Roast crab was the best.
Some other vague fire-based cooking technique. Susan didn't care. She was
On her way to the top.
Susan slowly lit a ball of flame between her claw
Pinchers. She squeezed tightly, hoping that the fire
would become even larger than
Life itself.
She knew she could prove
Everyone wrong. If only
they would just listen to her for
just 1 second, but they always caught fire. It was very disappointing.
she really had to rethink her job prospects.
Her
entire resume was full of fire-based destruction. She was
Not a good lifeguard.
There you go, guys. Those are our stories. Excellent work. All right, for our very next game, we're gonna throw a party because the Inventor's Fair really has been a spectacular party. Have you guys had fun? Awesome. Well, we want to keep that party rolling, and Mr. Matthew Tabak, who else, is throwing a magical party. But to do so, he must first leave the stage. Let's give him a big round of applause
See ya.
goodbye.
as he heads off
He's
into
going
our soundproof wing of the stage. And by that I mean he's going to cover his ears and hum very loudly. So what we're going to do is he's invited people who are guests at his party, but he doesn't know who he's invited. So for Mr. Ryan Miller, we're going to get, can I get any character or creature or thing from Magic? Go ahead and shout him out, shout him out. What was that over here? What was that? What was that?
Fibblethip.
Fibblethip.
Yeah.
Fibblethip. You get a gremlin, sir. Oh, sure.
Sure. Fibblethip?
Fibblethip, you know who Fibblethip is?
I have no idea what that is.
Excellent. This will be fun. Fibblethip is the little homunculus who is in a magic card from Ravnica recently. Good luck.
okay.
You got one eye. All right. For Allison, what is a concept in magic, like mana screw or what was that?
Living wall.
Living wall.
The job I was
Living
meant to
wall.
do. It's perfect.
All right. She is a living wall, okay? And finally, for Katie, we're gonna actually go to our magic deck here.
Yes.
We're gonna get a card for her. So Katie has not played Magic before, so she has no idea what she's about to see, and she has to somehow get Mr. Tabak to guess. This is a fun one, hard one. A scornful egotist? Scornful egotist.
I'm
Why
a
didn't
high
I
school
get
teacher,
that
so
one? Dang it.
I'm already a scornful egotist.
That's right. She knows what those words mean, maybe, but we'll see if she can get Matthew Tabak to say that despite not knowing anything about what this card is. So once again, can we remind our audience who Matt has invited to the party?
I am Fibblethip, the one-eyed homunculus of Ravnica.
I am a living wall.
I am a scornful egotist, and once I was human, now I am far more.
Yeah, nice.
That is right, that is
That's
right.
awesome.
Can I keep this?
You may
to
keep
refer-
that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Good luck. All right, guys. Well, these our guests will go off just off stage over here, and I need you guys to really clap loud to overcome Matthew Tabak's humming and bring him back on stage. So on 3, we're gonna cheer him back on. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Are you guys all here for my party? Oh, I'm almost ready. Just hang tight. Hello. My first guest is here. This is very exciting. Oh, hi. You're clingy.
I don't know how far away you are.
That's it.
I have no depth perception.
But I can see you right here. Are you sort of? Well, of course you have no depth perception. You only have one eye. You can't see me.
You know, I'm a bit sensitive about it, so maybe if you...
Well,
it's
I
supposed
would
to be
be
a
too
party
if I were a
anyway.
Cyclops, right? I mean,
It's bad enough that no one knows how to spell my name.
Wait a minute. You're not a Cyclops at all, are you?
No,
you're much
grade
shorter.
school was
Aren't
grade
you?
school was terrible.
Wait, hang on. Sit. Let me get you a chair. Let me put you up here. This will be the highest you've ever been.
It's
Because
a party.
you're Fibblethip, aren't you? My favorite. Thank you so much for coming to my party. This is awesome. Sit tight. I'm going to welcome some of the other guests, like my friend.
Tabak, what's up?
How's it going?
Hey, man.
It's
how
good
are
to see you. Thank you so much for
Why
coming.
did you invite that?
Thanks.
I don't, what's wrong?
Oh,
What's
I'm
wrong?
sorry. Do you want to go?
Oh, hey.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Do we have a problem?
No.
Is this scarecrow bothering you?
No.
Is this scarecrow bothering you?
It's scary,
It's-
that's right.
You know it. You
He's
know
very
I'm
scary. Look, I'm going to keep
I'm
my
just
distance.
drawn that way. I can't help it,
Ooh.
okay?
Okay,
You're so
I'm-
gross that your
I'm
artist
going to keep
quit
my distance
magic.
because you're a giant. You're a very ugly.
You know what? I'm alive, and I'm
You're-
here to party. So we're just gonna have a good time because you're not getting rid of me anyway.
It's okay, Fibblethip. You relax.
You call
that
this
mean
a
that?
party?
Hello, welcome. Thank you.
This
Come on in.
is a party.
This is my party. Thank you.
That's
so
for
much.
a chair. I can't sit.
She's very mean. She's very like a vampire, right? Like with that attitude, kind of a
I'm
vampire.
very
Go away!
Are you? So you're not. Thank you for coming to my party. I understand that you are sometimes a bit of a wallflower.
It's true. It's true.
You are a big wall.
Right.
A
Don't
very.
give it alcohol, it's pregnant.
You know,
You're pregnant. Is that what that is? I
You
had
know,
no idea. I'm so sorry.
I'm very alive.
I didn't see
Excuse
because
me.
you're such a
I still
living
need attention.
wall.
I am a.
You're a living
You
wall.
know me so well,
Attention.
dude. You
I'm
know
so
me
sorry.
so well.
I was looking at your brain.
Can you get me
and-
like a beer with a straw?
Yes,
Because I can't.
please
I don't have hands.
come,
Okay,
come
great.
this way.
Great, thank you.
We'll get you. Hello, I'm so sorry I wasn't paying attention to you. How
I need attention.
Yeah,
I
I-
am important and you are not.
Well, that's why I invited you to this party, because I need important people.
You keep
Important
saying this
isn't
word
she?
party.
I don't. You kind of have an attitude right now.
You've got
This
a
is
plant and a wall.
something I would expect from a vampire.
A
No,
vampire.
A vampire.
You think you could just get away with calling me a vampire?
Well, I mean, obviously you're not a vampire. I
Of
wouldn't invite
course not.
vampires
Oh my
to my
gosh.
party.
You know what? Hey, Tabak. She's changed a lot since we first met her.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
You would
first
even
you think
say-
she's one thing,
and then all of a sudden she's just like someone else. It's messed up. She
That's
just flicks
weird.
on you. It's
That is
awful.
strange. It's like you meet somebody,
Exactly.
you think you know them,
And then all of a sudden
they
she
morph
just...
into something else.
Exactly.
That is weird.
It's weird. It's weird.
You've changed.
I have.
She's changed from a 0 to at least an 8 since high school.
At least an 8. Can you trust that?
You used to be so much prettier.
Oh my God.
You cost so much.
Someday I'm gonna be a 10.
You cost so much.
Do I?
And then I flipped you over,
Yeah.
and you're little.
How
Your
dare
soul
you?
is little.
How dare you?
I was expecting something much bigger, but no. I paid 8 mana, and here you are, a 1/1.
Do you remember her name?
Of course I do.
Huh?
Don't look
I
at
think
me like
according
that.
to-
Look,
She's all
I'm actually a
adjectives.
2-2.
your phones and your gatherer. Don't look at me like that.
I am a
Do
1-1.
not.
I'm sorry.
Are you 1/1? That's.
There was something about a 2-2 on here, but
You
apparently I'm a
seem
1-1.
very scornful to me.
I am.
And if you think I'm going to let an egotist take control of my party,
Ladies and gentlemen,
you've got something else coming.
Keep it rolling. Nailed it.
Excellent job.
Amazing. Nice.
That is not an
It's
easy
the last
game.
party I'm ever throwing.
Those are some strange guests. For our next game, we're going to play a game called Change That. And the reason it's called that is because we're going to start with 2 improvisers, but others can come and go as the scene needs. However, during their scene, at any point, I can shout out, "Change that!" And they have to change the last line of dialogue, the last action they did, whatever it is, to something brand new. So we've been doing a lot of magic. What is something specific to the Inventors Fair here today that you've loved so far? Something... I heard glass blowing? All right, let's get a gremlin for our gentlemen who like the glass blowing. This is a scene inspired by glass blowing, and we're going to see where it goes with Change That.
Yes, it's hot, isn't it?
Well, you know what they say. You can't play with fire if you're not afraid of getting burned.
Pain is your second greatest teacher. I am your first.
You're the greatest glass sensei I'll ever have.
Change that.
You're the finest stranger I've ever met on the street.
Change that.
As far as uncles go, you could be worse. Show
Dear
me how
niece,
it's done. You know that my father, your brother, he wants a vase for his birthday. Oh,
you must be precise.
Change
Angular. You must be willy-nilly.
that. Change that.
You must think only of interplanetary solutions.
yes. I know exactly what that means, Uncle.
First, Mars, red.
Oh, oh,
Then Jupiter, many colors.
oh.
Finally, Saturn.
I won't touch it.
Don't,
Glass.
it's quite hot.
No, it's real hot.
And now we plunge it into the ocean.
Change that.
And now we plunge it into a basket full of plush toys.
Change that.
And now, to the nachos.
Yes.
Ah!
Hey guys, I brought the vase that you were looking at the other day, and I thought, oh,
Change all of that entrance.
hey guys, I was wondering if possibly you could maybe help me out. I might have burned down my glass blowing studio, and I was hoping that maybe I could just borrow some of your stuff.
Amateur.
Change all of that entrance.
Ah,
Hi guys!
Oh, God.
it's Jessie, my glass golem. Please. I made her from 7-Up bottles.
Change that.
She can fly, but only with her feet on the ground.
Change that.
She has the capability of assassinating those you love most. Terrible person to have around, really. Just
I understand.
I have eaten the nachos, and your project is complete.
Thank you.
it's time you knew the dark secret of my mastery.
Are you an assassin?
Change
Yes.
that.
Are you a person who makes money by selling illegal things?
Change that.
Are you a balloon enthusiast?
Yes.
And scene. All right. Next up is a game called 185. Why it's called that will become apparent in a minute. But for this game, I need all of our improvisers up. For this game, we will be coming to you guys for some suggestions. We'll also be drawing from our deck of magic cards. And the way this game works is they'll be telling you an old-fashioned vaudevillian joke. So the joke goes like this. 185
Blanks.
walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm so sorry, I can't serve
Blanks.
here," to which the 185
Blanks.
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 will answer.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Punchline.
Right, so, but we need you guys to help fill in the blank of what's walking into the bar. So, what is another, like, maybe a mechanic from Magic that obviously can't walk into a bar? What was this? What was that? Sub-game?
Sub-game.
Sub-games. Wow, okay. 185 sub-games, so a game within a game, walk into a bar.
Man.
185 sub-games walk in the bar. Bartender says, well, that's Scheherazade.
Okay.
185 sub-games walk into a bar. 185 sub-games walk into a bar. 185 sub-games walk into a bar.
All right, I'm gonna stop him because he's gonna go forever. Go.
185 sub-games walk in the bar. Bartender says, get out. You were annoying back then, and you're annoying now.
Excellent. Let's change it up. What is another mechanic from Magic? Maybe a little easier. What was that? Oh, sorry? Bands with other humans. We'll take bands or banding as a suggestion.
Bands or band.
Jokes on bands or
Bands.
banding.
Okay.
Okay?
185 bands walk in the bar. Bartender says, what are you going to do here? And the band said, just watch.
Yeah.
Homonyms, homonyms.
Think about it.
Try the veal. I'm here all week. Tip your waitress.
185 bands with other creatures walk into a bar, and the bartender's like, I'm sorry, I can't serve all you guys here. There's 185 of you. And they're like, no, we count as just one. Sometimes, kinda. It's a little vague. Oh.
185 bands with others walk into a bar, and they're really pretty. And the bartender's a little flustered, and he's like, hi, and he tries it, and he's like, you know, I really want your phone number. The bands with others are like, maybe, yes, here we go. Here's part of my email address. They're just, and the bartender's like, you are super confusing.
All right, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna come to the deck of magic cards, and I'm gonna come out in the audience here and ask someone to pick out a card. Sir, can you pick a card? Excellent. You have picked ticking gnomes. Ticking gnomes.
Ticking gnomes.
Ticking gnomes.
So 185 ticking gnomes.
Ticking gnomes.
185 ticking gnomes walk into a bar, and the bartender says, I'm sorry, I cannot serve 185 ticking gnomes. Your time is up.
185 ticking gnomes walk into a bar, and the bartender says, I can't serve 185 ticking gnomes. And the ticking gnomes say, well, what makes us so different? And the bartender says, no, there's nothing wrong with you guys. And the ticking gnomes say, we're just your garden variety gnomes. I don't understand why you want us in.
185 ticking gnomes come in after a long day at work. They want a cold beer and nothing else. Bartender says, sorry, we're out of everything. The bottle gnomes were just here.
185 ticking gnomes walk into the bar, and the bartender says, I'm so sorry, I cannot serve you guys. And the ticking gnomes go, that's fine, we're just here to talk.
And that's 185, guys. Thank you, guys. All right, for this next game, we've had some comedy, some yuck-em-ups here. We're gonna change gears, though. We have, in addition to all of our comedians, they're also very serious actors. You can see Ryan Miller in all kinds of commercials, you know, like when you learn how to work at McDonald's and there's someone who talks to you, that's Ryan Miller. Katie Nutman has been in an assortment of movies you've probably never heard of because they're too indie and cool for you. Allison Lurs performs serious plays that are very serious. So yeah, very serious.
No clapping. No.
And we have Matthew Tabak. So there you go. They're really great. So they're going to do some serious improv for you here. However, we want to challenge them. So we're going to give them something kind of goofy to improvise about. And if they make you laugh, they have to be swapped out for another more serious performer. Okay? So we'll have, I guess, Allison and Ryan start us off. For our first suggestion, what is something that is not at all serious? What was this over here? A really fast turtle. We'll take a really fast turtle as the starting point of our suggestion.
Sweetheart, I want you to explain what I found. Now, I know you don't like it when I snoop around in the garage, but, well, I heard some scritching noises, and here he is.
Delia, it's time you knew. I'm not just a project manager.
Out of there.
You should get a little closer.
I've seen your tortoise, and I know what you are not. I'm opening the door and I'm letting him out. No. Get out! No! Get out! He's working on it. He's going. He's trying.
Allison, you're out of there.
Look what you've done. You're crying and mewling. Look how unhappy he seems.
I didn't open the door.
Didn't you? Didn't you open the door with your thoughts, with your emotions, with your wishes? You wanted him gone. Just admit it. Just admit it.
I can't. Because if I admit it, it means it's true.
This has always been the problem with you.
Katie, you're out of there. Ryan, you're out of there. Allison, you're out of there.
Hello. You've returned.
Matt,
I've waited
you're
a
out
while.
of there. She's the same person.
This is your fault. I refuse to accept responsibility for your actions anymore.
Allison, you're out of there as the turtle.
If he wants to go, he can go. If he wants to stay, he can stay.
He's a box turtle. You can't keep him in a box forever.
But Ryan, out of there.
But I can pull a fresh head of lettuce out of the fridge. After what happened to my brother, when I lost him to the turtle races.
Allison, you're out of there.
Oh. I know that turtle races have a long and storied past with your family, but they do with mine as well.
Not like us. I mean, look. Look, he clearly loves me more than you.
All right, and scene.
Only because you rejected me.
I never knew there was so much drama with turtles. Who knew? These improvisers, we're going to kick them off the stage briefly for a game called Blind Line. Let's give them a big round of applause. Excellent. Excellent. For this next game, I'm going to be drawing cards from this deck, and this is a game called Blind Lines. The way the game works is these guys will be having a regular scene. However, throughout the scene, they have to take one of the cards that they're not going to look at and read the flavor text as if it was their very own line of dialogue in the scene. All right, so for example, the first one I picked is Jeering Homunculus. Our flavor text is, Micklethid had always hated crowds, and they had always hated him. Okay. Our next one is no flavor text. Let's see. Selesnya denied us tribute. Let's show them the error of their ways. Then we've got, we're just going to go with the card title, Garbage Fire. Garbage Fire. Oh, this is a long one. Some vampires resorted to corpse trading after Cathars burned their estates and drove them from their ancestral feeding grounds. That's a very serious one. Goblin Balloon Brigade. The enemy is getting too close. Quick, inflate the toad. One more. Please vote with a clear head and vigilant heart, knowing each voice is meaningful regardless of the outcome. The player can also say illusion of choice, the player's choice there. And how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do 2 more. Let's get away from Gift of Tusks. It's an experience you'll never forget. And finally, the last card for them is going to be Inspiration. Day 31, I finally succeeded in my time reversal experiment. Day 30, I might have a problem here. All right, so these guys are going to get these cards assigned to them. They have to use these lines of dialogue as their very own. Again, they're off stage humming very loudly with their hands in their ears, so we got to cheer super loud to bring them back on. 1, 2, 3. All right, so here's the rule. You guys have to read the flavor text of your card as your very own line. So here you go. And here you go. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. Put them in your pockets. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Not looking at them.
Here you go. Don't look until you guys get there. And we need a scene unrelated to magic, something very mundane. What's something you do every day, like brush your teeth or... I heard take the bus. Take the bus is the suggestion. This is a scene on a bus.
The enemy is getting too close. Quick, inflate the toad. Inflate it. The toad.
I'm so sorry. I must have left my toad at home this morning.
That's real bad.
Mickelson has always hated crowds. And they'd always hated him.
Shut up!
Listen, I'm just here as a commuter. I really try not to talk to people.
Me too, but without inflated toads, we could die. Don't you know about the chemtrails?
You know, I had somebody else last week try and talk to me about chemtrails on the bus. It's funny, you think that holding a book and wearing earphones would tell people that you're not interested in talking to them on the bus, but...
The internet told me the other thing. Listen.
I'm sure the internet has told you lots of things.
Listen, Amy Williams.
Okay, that's too far. Day 31, I finally succeeded in my time reversal experiment. Day 30, I might have a problem here.
You're one of them, I knew it!
Hey, ma'am, some vampires resorted to corpse trading after Cathars burned their estates and drove them from their ancestral feeding grounds. This guy, if he's giving you trouble, like, I can send him back under, just saying.
You know, I'd appreciate that. I feel like...
Can't touch me, inflated toad. Can't touch me, inflated toad.
You know, garbage fire, right?
Ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the
This
truth?
route's become a garbage fire.
It has, you know,
It just-
ever since they tried to start, you know, moving forward and changing the routes, and suddenly
Right.
everybody thinks they can talk
Hey.
to everybody, no matter...
That's not normal at all.
What is that?
That's actually genuinely
Inflated
messed up.
toad.
Oh
Why
my God.
does that... Man,
I
have a toad. What is...
Listen, I know you're not just a commuter. You're a time queen.
Time queen commuter, you know, a little column A, a little column B. I commute between time. I also commute using the bus.
Whoa,
Trying to
whoa,
read a
whoa.
book.
Hey, Selesnya denied us tribute. Let's show them the error of their ways.
What are you talking about?
Who's the one who really doesn't belong on this bus, huh?
Time queen.
Time Queen.
Time queen.
Time
It's
Queen.
probably Time Queen.
You're,
I didn't...
that man just deflated his toad. And I would like to say that I was not the one that started the problems here.
Yeah, right.
I would like to say, please vote with a clear head and vigilant heart.
Yeah.
Knowing each voice is meaningful, regardless of
I
outcome.
vote for death.
I vote for not death.
I vote for Trump.
That's the same thing as voting for death.
All right. Wow. Who knew an inflated toad was that powerful? All right, guys, so, you know, throughout our journeys to the many planes of Magic the Gathering, we've seen a lot of different worlds, and we visited a lot of cool planeswalkers, but we have yet to see a three-headed planeswalker. Actually, you know what? We're going to make it a four-headed conglomerate monster planeswalker of doom. This is our four-headed planeswalker. This planeswalker has seen everything there is out there in the multiverse. They know everything. They can answer any question you might have about the Magic universe, about our universe, about flavors of pie that are delicious. Whatever is on your mind right now, they know the answer to. However, in order to contain all of that knowledge is split evenly between all four heads. So they must answer one word at a time all of your burning questions. So from you guys, what burning questions do you guys have for the multiverse? Yes, this gentleman back here.
How is Trump still in this?
Oh, we're going to get political. How is Trump still in this? A very pertinent question to the multiverse. T-shirt for you, vaguely, in that direction. Good dive. All right, so guys, tell us a little bit about Trump.
Statistically,
Trump is
A.
large.
and
Interplanar.
Lich.
There you go. That answers that question. Nice. Sir, in the back with a hat. Yeah, ask a question. What was that? I'm going to come closer to you because I am deaf.
This better be good.
4 heads, not many ears.
How do you roll Candy of Martina while cave exploring?
How do you roll a candy of Martina while cave exploring?
Yes.
A very specific question, but our
sure.
Planeswalker knows
Why
the
didn't you
answer.
say that?
Yeah. Planeswalkers, tell us how.
Well,
first,
You
Have.
2,
eat,
the
Rice.
pudding.
then
you
Dig.
In.
to
the
Ground.
Sharply.
third,
you
Throw.
Frisbees.
finally,
we
Must.
Stand.
together.
There you go. A very political answer for a very political time. Yes, sir, in the awesome hat.
What flavor ice cream is appropriate to feed an artifact creature?
Oh, a very important question. Can we pass this playmat back to our gentleman here? And sure, I'll get you before the thing's over. What flavor of ice cream do you feed an artifact creature?
Chocolate.
Chip,
topsoil.
There you go. Pretty easy
Everyone knows
answer. Yes, right up in front.
Does Nicol Bolas floss?
Does Nicol Bolas floss?
So,
often.
So
Very.
many.
Times.
Day.
There you go. A lot. He cares about his dental hygiene. And one final question from our gentleman back there.
I'm so glad someone finally
Who put
asked. The bop in the bop shiva.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Bang.
Bang.
Diddy.
Kong.
And there you have it. Our four-headed planeswalker giving you guys all of your answers. We're going to keep all four improvisers up for our next game. And if we could pass this playmat back to our gentleman in the red there. This is a game that we call I Like My, and you'll see why it's called that in a minute. So as we walk the plains, everyone is always looking for love, right? I mean, who isn't looking for just that little spark for both planeswalking and relationships? And our improvisers, believe it or not, they're experts in love and in flirting. So they're going to give you some examples of great flirtatious ways to approach people. And we're going to give them an inspiration with our magic cards, which I have placed somewhere.
I traded them.
Curses. Aha! So our first suggestion is going to be Mage Ring Bully. Mage Ring Bully. You'll see how this game works as we get started here. Mage Ring Bully.
I like my men like I like my majoring bullies. A constant presence from my childhood.
I like my steaks like I like my majoring bullies. Rare. Uncommon. Uncommon?
Common.
Common? Gah!
I like my women like I like my majorings, round and powerful.
Our next card is agoraphobia. Agoraphobia.
I like my women like I like agoraphobia, all alone in the dark by themselves.
I like my men like I like agoraphobia, always where I left them last. Because they don't leave. That's the joke.
Our next one is confront the unknown.
Who are you? That's my pickup line.
There you go. Yeah. Our next one is insidious bookworms. Insidious bookworms.
These are really weird.
I like my women like I like my insidious bookworms, hungry and powerful.
I like my men like I like my insidious bookworms, well read.
Compulsive research. Compulsive research.
I think I like my women like I like my compulsive research. I've checked 17 websites, compiled many lists. I'll let you know next week.
You know, girl, if you were the Dewey Decimal System, your number would be 1 and 1.
And last but not least, contingency plan. Contingency plan.
I like my women like I like my contingency plan, well memorized and close to my heart.
That's nice.
Oh, was that not supposed to be nice?
I like my women like I like my contingency plans. No? I like my women like I like my contingency plans. No?
All right.
I like you.
That's it for that game. Nice work.
Oh, jeez.
All right, next up, we have a fun game called Debate. And that is because Allison and Matthew Tabak are having a debate. And this is going to be a guys versus girl debate because Ryan Miller is going to be helping Matthew and Katie is going to be helping Allison. All right, and the way this game works is we also have to send Matt and Allison off stage in just a minute because we're going to get from you guys mechanics from magic. We're going to get 3 each for each of our debaters, and they have to, our helpers are going to have to get these guys, in the course of their political discourse, to say these 3 mechanics out loud. And they're going to do that by pantomiming to try to get them to say things like flying or things like that. Does that make sense? So our improvisers who are debating, head off stage and hum loudly in our wings. Give them a round of applause as they exit. All right. And remember, Katie knows nothing about magic, so this will be extra spicy and fun. So she's learned a lot over the course of this show. It's true. Yeah, it's good.
That'll do.
So to get us started, what is a pretty easy mechanic, like flying or what was that? A devotion. Okay, so you have to get the first word you have to get Matt to say is devotion. Okay, and for Katie, another simple kind of thing. What was that? Trample?
Trample.
Trample, great. And let me get some prizes out here since we're doing this thing.
Yeah, it could be. We're running out of prizes.
Running out, that's okay. Who said we had one here for devotion, and trample was from this gentleman out here. Sorry if this hits you in the face, yay! All right. Next, what's a harder to guess one? What was that up there? Poison, poisonous. All right, and then from the other side of the stage, what was that, ma'am? What was that? Metalcraft.
Metalcraft.
Metalcraft, and I have some points for you guys.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hand that back to him there and pass this over. Thanks, guys. All right, and our final word that they have to get them. Let's get really hard, like cascade. What was that? Fabricate. Woo! Good luck. And one more over here. What was that, sir? Cascade. cascade. And let me get some
was
points
my
for you guys.
Devotion, fabricate, and what was my other one?
Poisonous.
Well, oh, poison. Yeah, yeah.
Raise your
driving me
hand
out
if
of
you
my
just
mind.
gave that suggestion. Pass it down. And over here, thank you so much. All right, let's remind the audience what words we're giving to our improvisers. We have
Devotion, poison, and now I forgot the third one.
devotion, poison, fabricate.
Fabricate.
I'll try to
Totally
help
gonna
you if
remember
you
those,
need,
y'all.
if you need me. And then you have to get her to say.
Trample, metalcraft, cascade.
All right. Let's bring our debaters back on stage with cheering, hooting, and hollering. All right. Debaters, why don't we have you guys come on either side here. Yep, so you guys have plenty of space on either side. And then in pantomimers, why don't we have you guys come center stage? So pantomimers, you're going to be center stage, and then you two will be on the outside of our pantomimers.
There we go.
And you guys are going to be each trying to guess a total of 3 words. And the first debater to, over the course of the debate, say all 3 words is the winner, right? What are these two debating about? What are they having an argument about? Yes, sir. Oh, sorry, ma'am. They're debating about blind necromancy, or necromancy in general. We'll take necromancy as a suggestion. If we could pass that back. Thank you. This is a debate about necromancy. Debaters, good luck. We will start with Allison, just because I like her better.
Funeral homes are full of many different ways for us to trample over any sort of other army that may be coming at us as a military.
And switch.
The issue is clear. We are unscrewing nature when we drink this poisonous thought.
Switch.
We can talk in circles and we can hammer out the details, but this metal craft is honestly just smoke and mirrors.
Switch.
What my opponent will not tell you is that it's a religious base. She's praying, she's kneeling and praying. Her devotion to the cause
Switch.
is unassailable.
This debate is cascading into nowhere.
Nice.
That's
Katie. Nice.
All right. Ladies win. There you go.
Fabricate. Boom. Fabricate.
Praying?
All right. Well,
Protection.
second place.
Band-Aid.
Second place. Not bad. Not bad. All right. We're going to go to our last and final game. Have you guys had a good time so far? Well, we do have time for one last game for you guys. Before I do that, I want to let you guys know Jet City Improv is where all of these fine folks are from. Plus, Matthew has joined us very kindly from Wizards of the Coast. Let's give him a big round of applause as a guest, our special guest. But you can find the rest of us performing at Jet City Improv, located in the University District here in Seattle. We do improv comedy Friday and Saturday, and right now is September, which is Guest Fest, which means if you come to the theater, you'll see all kinds of awesome troops from all around the area coming in to perform with us, and it's an awesome time. So if you loved what you saw, come check us out on the University Ave in the University District. Our last and final game, of course, is going to be called Dude, You Gotta See This. And for this game, I need Allison to hang out with me, and the 3 of you guys to get out of here.
Get out of here.
All right.
Get out of here, you nerds.
What I need for this game is we're going to get someone in just a minute to tell us a little story. I'm sure a lot of exciting things have happened to you here at PAX, or maybe you have a great story about something that happened in Magic or at your local store. In just a minute, we're going to come to you for that story. And once we hear that story, Allison's going to take that story, listen to it, and act it out for our very next improviser, who then has to tell what he saw to the next improviser, who has to then act it out without words to our last improviser, who's going to be Mr. Matthew Tabak, who's going to tell that same story as precisely as he can, as accurately as he can, back to you guys, okay? So who has a really cool story they want to share? Yes, from this gentleman over here.
Nice.
That's pretty
You
good.
were
That's pretty
great.
good. Yeah. So he said, I was walking around in the cosplay, and somebody said that chick in the red hair was very hot. Can you tell us a little bit more about what led up to that moment, like how you built your costume and all of that? Like, how did it start? Nice. So he said he first built the chainmail out of Warbler, and then he kind of found the wig, and then he came, and because it's a female character, somebody thought he was a girl, and that's a compliment to how awesome his cosplay looks. Do you want to stand up and show us this awesome Chandra?
Yay, Chandra!
Heck yeah. Looks rad. Let's go ahead and pass these two back to him. Thank you so much for sharing that story. Allison, you'll have to act that out for our next improviser.
All right.
One more time, I need your cheering to bring on our next improviser, who's gonna be Mr. Ryan Miller.
Yay! Me? Yeah. Hey. Oh, what's that? Yeah, this is me. Oh, yeah. What? No. Me? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. That's me. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Give a round of applause.
That's the story.
Couldn't be any clearer. Ryan, we're going to bring in our next improviser. You're going to tell him exactly what you saw.
Yeah.
Let's get loud for our next improviser. Katie.
Katie, you got to hear about this.
All right.
So, the year is 1930. Thomas Edison is shopping for clothing, but he's a bit self-conscious about his figure. So he goes to the 4th floor of Macy's department store, very slowly up in the elevator. He doesn't know what to do. He sees too many options. He's covering himself up with his hood. He's just so in his, he's very self-conscious. But then Nikola Tesla shows up. Hair ablaze, hands shooting out electricity. He says, Thomas, you've got an hourglass figure. You have nothing to worry about. Thomas is incredulous. He doesn't believe it. He says, no, this can't be. Nikola said, yes, you are on fire. You're a firework, he says. And Thomas Edison disagrees. And that is my story.
Pretty close.
It was the same thing.
All right, Katie, you have to
Nailed it.
reinterpret
Nailed it.
that for
Wow.
our next improviser.
Dude, you gotta see this. Do 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 do. Oh, oh, ping.
Okay. This was awesome.
All right, Matt.
Meet ya.
All right, it's your job now, sir, to tell us the story as you saw it, as exactly as you can. Remember, this started from a magical suggestion. Good luck.
Yeah, so guys, you gotta hear this story. This is kind of awesome. So I was in a mall the other day, and this woman was plugging wires into some sort of device. I didn't know what it was, but all of a sudden it lit up. And the woman was super happy about this, like a tentacle shot out of her head. And she was just super jazzed about that. So she came back, took a few steps back, and she looked in the mirror, but she wasn't really happy with what she was wearing, right? She was kind of looking at it, and it was kind of drab. So she got in this giant space elevator. And she went up to the heavens. And it went to the first moon, and she kept going, and went to the second moon, she kept going. Third moon, no. Fourth moon, she steps out, and at the fourth moon, this is where they keep the clothing. So she was looking for a new dress, something pretty to wear, and she's looking, and while she's doing this, her magical clone appeared in the next chamber, which was weird. You wouldn't have expected this, but she was cloned, and there was the clone. So she's shopping for clothes, and she tried something on, and it was okay. It wasn't great, but the clone was psyched. The clone, tentacles shooting, dress laid out, sheer and chic. She was okay, it was all right, I don't know. But it's like, it's my clone, right? If she can look that good, I can look that good, I'll try something else. She tried something else, it wasn't great. Clone, shooting fireworks, energy, so happy. And then she looked, it was at her clone, and they fused into one being. They just the form and the arm, and she went, and then she's like, I'm complete now.
There you go. That's basically it, right? Yeah, more or less.
And that's exactly how it went down.
That's exactly the story. Yeah.
You guys can tell we're just coming out of Eldritch Moon with all of the tentacle monsters happening in Mel. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have. Let's give it up one more time for your improvisers, Katie Nutman, Allison Lord, Ryan Miller, Matthew Tabak. My name is E. Chow. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of PAX, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Woo!
Thanks, everybody.
That's it, stage left.